Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your October 2023 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you are new, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I did just start this channel this year. And as of late, I've been mostly just focused on monthly energy readings due to my own personal time constraints, but my schedule will be opening up shortly, and I do plan to increase the number of readings that I'm providing, so make sure you subscribe to keep up on the happenings of this video and this channel. I hope you're doing well, Sagittarius. It is Libra season as I'm recording this. It is Friday, October 29th. We also have the super full moon in Aries. So the energies continue to be intense and time is flying by because I really can't believe it's almost October, although October is like one of my favorite months since clearly I'm a Halloween chick. Yeah, but you know, we still have a lot of planets in retrograde, so I hope you're taking care of yourself, Sagittarius. As I mentioned, this will be a general energy reading for the Sagittarius collective for the month of October. So this is not a personal reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can check out my website below. Take the messages that resonate for you here, leave the rest. Always trust your own judgment and discernment, and understand that, right, as an energy reader, I'm picking up what is surrounding you, what's in your energy at this current time, as well as the possibilities that are before you. None of this is set in stone, though, because you have a free will. So if something comes out in the reading that you're not very happy with, you can change your perspective, how you deal with the situation, how you deal with the person, and understand that, you know, energy is fluid and is influenced by our actions, right? So you always have an opportunity to shift what's going on, right? This is not set in stone. These readings are to help you gain a different perspective, some feedback, help you ask yourself some difficult questions, and hopefully get a better idea of where you're at and how you would like to move forward. Okay? So just keep that in mind. And also, I just want to remind you again, if you are interested in a personal reading, my website is linked below, so you can go there and check out my offerings and see what you're interested in. And just keep in mind, you will never be reached out to or solicited for a reading from a legitimate, trustworthy reader. There are lots of scammers and imposter accounts out there, and unfortunately, these platforms don't do very much to keep us safe. I myself have had a few imposter accounts, so please double check who you're following and who's following you. All of my accounts are exactly the same, at the Path Illuminated, all one word, no special characters or numbers, no spaces. All right, so just be aware. Want to remind you. So I'm going to start with 5 cards for the overall energy. Then we will pull clarifiers and I will close it out with some oracle cards. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Please help me in pulling a clear and accurate reading for the Sagittarius collective for the month of October. Angel, spirits, and guides, what messages, what insights, what feedback, what observations, what advice do you have for Sagittarius for the month of October? Thank you, angel, spirits, and guides. My cards have been super chatty up until now. We'll see. All right, spirit. What? Oh, here we go. And I do have a bit of a new setup. Let's see. So bear with me, because I obviously always want to make sure that you can actually see the cards. I'm going to use my little, crystals and my sound bowl just to help keep me on track. What messages do we have for Sagittarius? Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. What does Sagittarius need to be aware of? What do they need to know at this time? Thank you, Spirit. angel spirits and cards. Pull an accurate message for Sagittarius. One more card, please, Spirit, for Sagittarius. Again, just, bear with me. Not only do I want you to see the cards, I don't want it to be crooked. It's kind of always been a challenge. All right. So we've got the initial 5 cards out, Sagittarius. Let me just pull from my clarifying deck. I prefer to have all the cards out here before I start reading. Although, first card out, the Lovers, card of Gemini. Yes, this can be about relationships, but it also can just have to do with a really big decision that is coming your way this month of October. Let's get some more info. Why are the Lovers here, Spirit? Okay. Why is the King of Swords here, Spirit, for Sagittarius? Why is the Ace of Wands in reverse for Sagittarius, Spirit? Interesting. Why is the Hermit in reverse, Spirit? And why is Temperance here? Okay. I'll probably pull some additional cards, but let's just start with what we've got here. All right. So again, like I said, this is a general reading, so put yourself where you go, right? The Lovers, this could very well have to do with a romantic partnership that you're in, or just in general, how you're operating in life. Now, looking at the cards, I'm not sure if this is directly linked to love. It could just have to do with how you're operating in general, but let's get into it. Okay. So there may be a situation that you're dealing with right now that you're trying to assess, you're trying to understand, because inherently you know that there's a choice you need to make, whether you stay or whether you go. I don't know if this is, like I said, a romantic relationship, or if this has to do with work, because it very well could be work given the wands that are here and the fact that there are some pentacles, but we'll see. Now, Four of Cups. Four of Cups, this individual, right, is hyper fixated on these 3 cups here that are not giving them what they desire. It's emotionally unfulfilling. But because they're focusing on things that are not working out, they are missing what Spirit is trying to offer them, right? Spirit's trying to talk to you. Spirit's trying to give you a message. Understand that intuition isn't loud, isn't urgent, right? It's quiet. And so sometimes because we're so busy at doing and getting things done, it can be difficult for us to unblock ourselves so that we can actually hear the guidance from the universe. But the universe is trying to talk to you about this particular situation. All right, Sagittarius. Now, again, this is another air sign card associated with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I think you are going to be moving into this energy of gaining clarity, of getting clear about who you are, what you want, what you deserve, and what your boundaries are. And this is coming as a result of the work that you're willing to put into what you want, right? With regard to your personal growth, with regard to your finances, you're getting really, really clear about who you are, what you deserve, what you're willing to, invest, but also what you're not willing to put up with. So you are getting clear about what it is that you want and who you are and how to move forward, right? So even though, yes, there is some big decision, a situation, whether it's, a work relationship, a job, or a romantic relationship, there's going to be a little bit of muddiness and sort of distraction, but I think that you're going to be working towards coming out of that and getting your focus straight, getting your mind right. And that's going to require work from you, but you're clearly doing it right now. This is interesting because we have the Ace of Wands in reverse clarified by the Ace of Wands upright. So what I'm seeing this as is there may be a bit of a delay in moving forward because you're working through some of this internal struggle, inner conflict, right? Being aware that there's a big choice that you need to make, but like you need to get your mind right. So you're really focusing on like, what do I need to do for me? Like, what are the things I should be focusing on so that I can get really clear? So even though there might be a bit of delay in the beginning or in the middle of the month, you are going to start to feel the momentum forward as you commit to doing this work, to getting clear about you and what you want. And you are coming out of a time of being in hermit mode. You may have, taken a step back from friends, family, socializing because you have this either work dynamic or this relationship that has really required your attention. But it looks like as you, commit to getting this clarity, right? Yes, there'll be a bit of a slowdown, but it's going to turn around for you and you'll start to feel the momentum, and then it'll be time to come out of hermit mode. So I would say like beginning of October, you still might be feeling a bit like you need to, block out the noise, take some time to meditate. But I think as the month progresses, as we get closer to the end of the month, you're going to start to come out of that and you are going to start to feel your spirit lift, right? The sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's a card of Leo, right? Maybe the Halloween spirit is going to like really get you going. You're going to get excited about, parties and costumes and whatnot and start to feel more like yourself. You are being given advice to temper your passions, because there is passion here, right? And to be methodical and to find the balance between your intellect and your emotions, right? Because you can see temperance, right? This angel has one foot on the earth and one foot in the water. And this is all about coming into alignment with your intellect, but also your intuition and your emotions. So before you decide to move forward into this new path, into this new passionate beginning, I don't know if it's like a new job or a new relationship, or maybe there is a new dynamic in work or relationship, right? A shift, a change, and the power dynamics and who you show up as, right? The universe is continuing to say like, yes, do this work and take your time. You don't need to rush this situation. I'm going to pull a few more cards to go a little bit deeper. Spirit, what additional insights can you provide for Sagittarius regarding this situation? Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Okay. Yeah, you definitely are going to be working through a blocked throat chakra. I think you're going to be working through some of your own insecurities about being clear and direct in your communication. The Page of Swords in reverse has continued to be something that's come out in a lot of the readings that I've done for the month of October. And I think a lot of us are coming out of this time of believing the lie that in order to have peace and harmony in our relationships, that means that we can't speak up and we can't communicate what our needs are, or that we're disappointed, and that's just not true. All right, Four of Pentacles in reverse. You might be a little bit worried about, your financial stability, which might be why there's a bit of a delay in you moving forward into this new venture, this new found relationship, this new job, or like I said, like a rebirth of a current relationship or a job situation, right? You might have been a little bit worried to speak up about what it is that you wanted because you were worried that it would impact your finances, but that's a perspective. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. All right, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe it is more than a perspective, Sagittarius. You know better than I do. It's your life. I think the question is, and I'll say this, if you are in a misaligned relationship, you're going to feel energy leakages that will manifest in not being able to speak honestly, clearly, directly due to fears, insecurities, feeling unstable financially, and then also experiencing that financial loss or insecurity as a result of being in a misaligned relationship. It can also be as a result of being in an unhealthy, toxic work environment, right? And it's the same because not that you can always look up your birth chart, and I'm not an astrologist, but I am into astrology. Your Venus placement has to do not just with love and relationships, it also has to do with your values around finances, stability, abundance, and success, right? So you may very well be going through this period of coming to an understanding that you have falsely believed that the only way to be happy in a relationship or the only way to be successful in a working situation is to overgive, is to overextend, is to work 24/7, right? But it's proving out to you during the month of October that actually doing things you don't want to do, compromising yourself, your boundaries, your values, actually is going to lead you to more loss than gain. And this is the universe's way of helping you get into right relation with yourself, right? And to become a lot more clear about what choices you need to make around your relationships, whether it's love or even family or, work. All of these have a really big impact on us, right? And if we've been taught that it's not okay for us to have wants, needs, boundaries, and to speak up for ourselves, oftentimes we end up abandoning it, and we wonder, like, we've convinced ourselves, like, well, this is the way I was taught to be a good employee, was to never call out sick, never take time off, never ask for a raise, work 24/7, do whatever I'm asked to do without question. And now you're coming to the conclusion of like, wow, I've been doing this for so long, and it's actually like I'm not getting ahead. So this must not be true. Or, right, similarly, I was taught that the only way to be in a happy relationship was to abandon myself, not have any boundaries or standards, and to do everything I can to make the other person happy. But I'm finding that I'm suffering, right? Like by doing that, not only do I feel, internal conflict, but I'm experiencing the loss of finances and abundance in my life because I believe that I don't deserve it, that I have to work for it. And so I'm manifesting people and situations into my life that are actually taking from me, because I need to validate my own value and my own worth, and I need to stand up for myself. I need to speak my truth. I need to tell people, no, this is not okay. No, I will not work after hours. No, I will not work, on Sundays. No, I will, not pay for an extravagant vacation when we need to save our money, right? Things like that. All right, so there's definitely going to be some conflict as you come into this inner knowing and confidence of like, okay, this is what I have to do, and it's going to take you some time, right? Love yourself through it, making these changes and these transitions with regard to the way that we've been operating our whole lives, and then realizing, oh my goodness, I don't have to live this way. I don't have to be this way. I don't have to think this way. A lot of times when we start to operate in this new energy, the people in our lives around us are so used to us being a people pleaser, right? And not having boundaries and not speaking up, that when we start to advocate for ourselves, people can start to get really triggered and upset, but that's their problem. You're going to be making a choice. You have the opportunity to move away from the conflict, to realize, right? The people who are aligned with you, Sagittarius, and meant to be in your life, even if they're triggered by you telling them like, hey, I know you've been used to us, I don't know, going to happy hour every Friday for the last few years. That's what we do. But things in my life have changed. I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to drink less. I want to spend more time with my family. So I'm not going to be doing this every Friday. I'd like to go back to like maybe just once a month. If a friend really loves you, they're going to be like, oh yeah, of course, I appreciate you telling me that. A friend that's toxic will guilt trip you, shame you, be like, what's wrong with you? You're being a bad friend. Why are you changing? Da 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 da. Right? Those people that are going to shame you for speaking up and having boundaries and standards, those people don't need to be in your life, and you need to let that go. Let them be upset. You don't have to be involved in the drama unless you want to be, Sagittarius. Can I get one more card for Sagittarius? King of Wands. This is fire energy. I think, you know, this is about you coming into balance between your intellect and your heart and your passions, right? This is like you can have the balance of being very clear and direct, but also being open with your heart. Kind of like I was saying, right? Somebody who doesn't know how to be open and vulnerable might approach their friend, right? That they've decided, look, I'm cutting back on drinking, on spending money. Let's like, we're not going to hang out as often, right? If you were not balancing that with being vulnerable, you might just say, hey, look, I can't do this anymore. And if you're upset about it, I don't really care, get over it. But when you're finding the balance between, right, your communication and your heart, you say, look, I really care about you. We've been good friends since we were kids. I know this is like become our routine and our ritual, but things in my life are changing. I'm changing, and I still want to maintain the friendship. Maybe it's not just about, I don't want to go Friday drinking anymore. Maybe it's like, hey, I'd like to do some stuff outside. I'd love to go hiking with you or go to a baseball game instead of just going to the bar, right? Like that's how you, come into alignment and balance so that you can communicate that. And when you learn how to communicate to people from a place not just of balance and logic, but also being open and saying, hey, I value you, I love you, and I know this might be challenging, but because I care about you, that's why I'm communicating. People are going to appreciate that, Sagittarius. Yeah, I mean, I think there are definitely some choices, and it's understandable, right, that you would be afraid of not so wanted outcomes, right? But you've got to do the work to learn how to communicate effectively and understand that the people in your life are going to appreciate that, right? It's okay to take your time. And it's also okay to have fun, right? Like, do the work of coming into balance and finding your center and your patience, but also allow yourself to have fun, allow yourself to be surrounded by people that are going to love you and appreciate you. And pay attention, Sagittarius. Pay attention to how your energy is impacted by the people in your life, right? Even if it's subtle, people can sometimes shut you down with their comments, right? When you're trying to be honest, they could interrupt you, they could not listen to you, they could be sarcastic and make a joke about you trying to communicate open and honestly. And if, you know, your finances, right, are taking a hit right now and your financial stability is taking a hit, really come to an honest understanding of why that is. Where is your money going? How are you spending your time and resources? And identify those leakages, right? And then be willing to deal with the fallout of people who are going to be mad at you for being like, I'm done with this, right? Like, I'm going after what I want. This is what I deserve. And if you can't respect that, that's your problem, not mine. So I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius, but I'm going to close it out with a couple of oracle cards. So I'm going to pull a card from the Heart Affirmations deck. I got 3. Let's just go with 1, Spirit. All right, 2. 2 is fine. I am a conscious creator of the energy around me. Yeah, what you allow will continue, Sagittarius. You don't have to prove that you're a good person by allowing people that are toxic and annoying in your energy. I hear benevolent messages loud and clear. I am my own healer. Yeah. Listen to spirit, listen to your heart, pay attention to how you feel around people's energy. Trust yourself, trust your instincts, trust your intuition. You're not crazy. And then I'm going to pull a card from the Chakra Love deck. All right. We have Sacral Chakra, Carnelian, letting go. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it is the first step towards success. Yeah, it's time to let go of people that don't respect you and aren't willing to allow you to grow and to evolve into your highest self. I hope these messages resonated for you, Sagittarius, and I will see you next time. Bye.